Back in school, there was a girl I had a massive crush on, and I did everything to impress her. I tried to be funnier around her. I agreed with things I didn't actually believe. I changed how I acted depending on whether she was in the room or not. I was constantly thinking about what she might think of me, what to say, how to come across, and whether she noticed me. And it never worked. No matter what I did, she just wasn't attracted to me. She was friendly, but there was never a real spark. Something was always slightly off, and I could feel it every time. But then, there were other girls, ones I genuinely wasn't attracted to at all, and with them, I was just completely myself, totally relaxed. I said what I actually thought. I teased them, disagreed with them, and didn't try to impress them even a little. And you know what happened? They fell for me. Hard. Some of them actually started chasing me, and the more I tried to push them away, the more attracted they seemed to get. At that time, I was completely confused. But looking back now, I understand exactly what was happening, and once you understand it too, you'll never approach social situations the same way again. So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how you can use it to your advantage. Let's get into it. Neediness pushes people away. Most guys don't realize this, but the moment you start wanting something too much from someone, they can feel it. You don't have to say a word. It just comes through in everything you do. The way you act when they're around, the way you check their reaction after everything you say, the way you're too available to them, too focused on making them like you. That energy has a name, neediness, and it is one of the most powerful attraction killers that exists. Here's why. When someone senses that you need their approval, that your mood, your confidence, your sense of self depends on how they respond to you, it puts them in a position of power they didn't ask for, and it creates a subtle but very real pressure. The feeling that this person wants something from me, and nobody is drawn to that feeling. It doesn't matter how good looking, how funny, or how successful you are. The moment neediness enters the room, attraction walks out. This doesn't only apply to girls and dating, it applies to every single social interaction in your life. Whether it's a business meeting, hanging out with your friend group, meeting someone new, or any other social setting. And here's the hard part. You can't fake your way out of it. You can't just tell yourself to act less needy while still desperately wanting their approval underneath. People feel the difference immediately, but the good news is there is a real way to get there, and it starts with understanding the next point. The less you chase, the more they follow. There is a principle in human psychology that most people experience, but almost nobody understands, and once you see it, you'll realize it's been happening around you your whole life. Think about the last time you really wanted something, or someone. The more you chased it, the further away it felt, but the moment you stopped caring, it suddenly appeared. Sound familiar? This is not a coincidence. This is how human psychology actually works. We want what we can't have, and we take for granted what's always available. Have you ever lost interest in someone the moment they became too available, too attached to you? It's not that you became a bad person, it's just how attraction works. When something feels scarce, the brain assigns it more value. When something is always there, it stops feeling special. This is why chasing never works. It's not because the person you're chasing is playing games, but because the chase itself signals something. It signals that you need them more than they need you. And that is a massive turnoff. The shift is simple, but not easy. Stop chasing and start living. Focus on your own direction, your own goals, your own life. Not as a tactic to make someone want you, as a commitment to yourself. When you are actually pulled forward by something in your own life, you naturally stop orbiting around other people. You become someone with their own gravity, and that's what makes people feel drawn to you. The less you need the interaction to go a certain way, the more freely and naturally you show up. And that version of you is infinitely more attractive than any version you could ever try to perform. But how do you actually get there? That's exactly what the next point is about. Your life is the foundation. Here's the real reason some people naturally don't give a what others think, and it has nothing to do with attitude or ego. Think about the people you know who just seem naturally unbothered, the ones who don't need anyone's approval, who walk into rooms without scanning for reactions, who are just easy in their own skin. What do they actually have in common? Their life is genuinely full. When you have things you're working toward, goals that actually excite you, people you genuinely enjoy spending time with, a project, a skill, a purpose that pulls your energy and attention, you simply don't have as much mental space left over to obsess about what other people think of you. That's not even some mindset talk, that's just simple math. And here's what that does socially. When your life is full, your attention becomes valuable because it's not infinitely available. When you're genuinely excited about your own path, that energy is magnetic. People want to be around someone who is going somewhere, someone who has something real going on. And how do you get there? It's actually quite simple. Stop asking yourself, what do other people want from me? And start asking, what do I actually want from my life? Most people have never seriously sat down and answered that question. They live on autopilot. They do what's expected, get good grades, graduate, get a safe job that pays well, and repeat the same day forever. And then they wonder why they feel empty and need constant external validation. So here's what I want you to do. Find 30 minutes this week, no phone, no distractions, and actually sit down and answer these 3 questions with pen and paper. 1. What would I be doing if nobody was watching, if nobody was judging, and money wasn't an issue? 2. What do I want my life to look like in 1, 5, and 10 years? 3. What kind of person do I want to become? You don't need to have a perfect answer right away or be 100% sure. Just sitting down and honestly trying to answer these questions is more than 99% of people ever do. And if you have trouble actually taking action, you can check out our 7-day Charisma Challenge in our bio, but more on that later. Now, even with a full life and a strong foundation, there's still a habit most people carry with them, and it quietly destroys everything they just build. Stop playing a role. Most guys don't realize how much of their social life is a performance. They have a version of themselves they show when they want to impress someone. A slightly different one for their boss, another one for a first date. They're not lying exactly, but they're not fully themselves either. They're editing, adjusting, and presenting, constantly checking, is this version of me working right now? And that performance is exhausting, not just for you, for the people around you too. Because even when someone can't name it, they feel when they're not getting the real version of you. Something feels slightly off, like there's a wall between you and them. The most magnetic people aren't the ones with the best lines or the smoothest delivery. They're the ones where what you see is actually what you get. They aren't wearing a mask to please you. They're completely comfortable in their own skin. That kind of authenticity is rare enough to be genuinely striking, and it's completely impossible to fake, which is exactly what makes it so powerful. The practical version of this can be uncomfortable. Say what you actually think. React the way you actually feel. Stop softening and over-explaining your opinions to make other people more comfortable. Stop pretending to agree when you don't. Yes, some people won't like it. Some people will prefer the managed, comfortable version of you, but that is not your problem. See it as a filter. The people who actually matter will appreciate the real version of you 10 times more than the performed one. If you want a structured way to actually practice this, check out the 7-day Charisma Challenge in our bio. If you join the challenge, you'll receive 1 email each day for 7 days. That contains 1 clear, easy to apply action step designed to make you more charismatic. The link is in our bio. And that brings us to the final point, the one that ties everything together. Be okay with people not liking you. Here's the truth that's hard to accept for most guys. Not everyone is going to like you. No matter what you do, no matter how charming you are, no matter how hard you try, some people just won't like you. And as long as that fact bothers you, you will never be truly free. The moment you genuinely accept that not everyone has to like you, something releases. The social anxiety that comes from needing approval starts to lose its grip. You stop checking every face for signs of disapproval. You stop editing yourself. You just show up as you are, say what you actually think, and let people decide how they feel about it. And here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing everyone to like you, more people are going to like and feel attracted to you because you're finally being real. And real people with actual opinions and actual edges are far more interesting than someone who is trying to be everything to everyone. Think about the people you genuinely find most magnetic. They're not the ones who agreed with everything you said. They're not the ones who were always available and always easy. They're the ones who had something going on inside. Something real, something independent of your approval, something you couldn't quite get enough of. That's what you're building here. Not a strategy, not a performance, a way of being that doesn't need other people's approval to feel okay. Let some people not like you, it's fine. The right people will find it more than enough. Alright, let's quickly recap. Neediness pushes people away because it creates pressure nobody asked for. The less you chase, the more they follow, because chasing signals a power imbalance, which is a massive turnoff. Your life is the foundation. Start building something real and the need for approval quietly disappears. Stop playing a role. Authenticity is what makes you magnetic, and be okay with people not liking you, because the moment you stop needing everyone's approval, you finally become someone worth approving of. If you found this video valuable, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We post new videos every week, all about how to build real charisma, become more attractive, and command respect in any room you walk into. Hope to see you in the next one.